Welcome back to The Reset. I am Shaun, human performance scientist and authority architect. We are here in the living lab, documenting the science, the struggle, and the shift for every high-performance dad and founder who's ready to bridge the gap between their presence and their ambition. Today, a topic I would love to get into is forget the plan, but don't forget the goal. Sometimes you will have a plan and you will try and execute it, and it just won't go the way you want it to. For example, I had the intentions of going to a mastermind today and really doing the things that were going to help my business. But my daughter was sick. So I can't send her to where she needs to go. So I need to change my plan and care for her, right? Because my number one priority is actually family. That's my number one value. And if I just sent her to childcare and said, all right, good luck. Let's continue. Let's see how this goes. I would feel like crap. I wouldn't be present, and I wouldn't feel like I'm doing my job as protected provider of safety, of everything, basically. So I decided this morning that I was going to take care of her today. Wednesdays are normally the day that I take care of my daughter, but today is Tuesday. You're seeing this on a Wednesday, if you're seeing it on the day that it's released. And I decided to change the plan. Doesn't mean that I can't work on my business. It just means that I care for the first thing that demands my attention, which is my daughter's well-being. And oftentimes I think, especially as men, it can be really hard to deviate off the plan because we're really leaning in on the unknown space. And when you have a plan, it's like you want to follow it. But what plan in your mind or in your life has ever gone 100% the way you thought it was going to go? My guess is probably never. And this is why it's super important to not forget the goal. Because my goal is still the same. I still have tasks to do. I still have things that I've got to achieve today to keep the momentum moving forward. One of those is recording one of these podcast episodes. So you're seeing this outside of the time that I'm caring for my daughter on the same day that I need to take care of my daughter. So I guess in short, you can still get your things done. It just takes a matter of conscious effort, conscious focus, and letting go in the moment to things you can't control. And I think that's so relevant to how we operate in business, how we operate in fitness, and in life. I literally just had our Sunday workout a few days ago, and I went and saw a TCM doctor last week. I was very humbled by, or reminded, that I need to slow down and get into my body and let it heal, which was tough. It was tough to hear that, but it was also like a little gentle reminder of, I already know that, but now I actually need to do it. So I decided to take my workout on Sunday a lot easier than I normally would. Yes, it's train hard. I still showed up. I still put in my effort. But I think the hard thing here is actually learning to slow down. Because you can't speed up until you slow down. You really cannot perform your best until you recover from what it is that's holding you back. When you learn how to rest and recover, your energy reserves, they replenish. And suddenly it's like you go through this almost rebirthing phase. You don't recognize who you were, and you don't even recognize who you are, which is awesome because it means you get to play someone you don't normally get to be. And that can be your new normal if you take care of it, preserve it, conserve it, and restore as much as you can. So if your priority is to take care of your family, always remember that is the number one focus. If that means you go to work and you work hard and you bring the money home, you make sure there's food on the table, etc., great. Leave your work at work and come home and be with your kids. Easier said than done, but that's what I mean by being with whatever's happening in your body as opposed to what's going on in your mind. Your mind is somewhere else trying to figure out solutions and problems to work problems, probably. But you can also leave that in a space. It's over there. Doesn't mean it won't get finished. It just means it's not occupying your time right now. And the mind loves creating certainty. It loves holding certainty. So give it reason to hold certainty in different spaces. You don't go and just talk about all the things that are wrong with your life to your children, right? Or maybe you do. I don't. The things that you want to be better at, the things that are causing you frustration. You don't let your children know what's happening like that. If you do, well, good on you, but I certainly don't. The Sunday morning workouts, whatever happens and whatever's chatted about on those Sundays and with the coffee as well, no judgment. People bring what they bring and leave it there. It's great. We move on. We go home. We're better people as a result of showing up. And that's what it's about, showing up. So don't forget the goal. If your goal is to do whatever it is, just change the plan. Because every now and then you do need to realize that that plan is going to crumble. It's going to break. It's not designed for the moment-to-moment awareness that the goal requires. So that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Reset. If you want to stop being a passenger in your own life and start being the architect of your legacy, make sure you comment the word reset and I'll send you over the 7-day integrity reset and I'll make sure it lands in your inbox. Most people wait for their life to change. We are the ones who architect the choice. Change your state, choose how you show up. I am Shaun Tucker. I'll see you in the next one.